Hey guys, I'm back. So I chose to come outside. It's not hot. Sun is going down and it's a little cool. I mean, I can stand it, put it that way. Somebody's barbecuing. I think somebody's having a party down the street. They got the music playing and I smell the grill going off. Y'all just don't understand. I love that smell. You can smell the meat on there cooking and the sauce and the seasonings. Ooh, mm, mm, mm. I just love that. I do. I dealing with marriage. Well, I'm gonna just say relationships. Period. Um, lately I have noticed. Well, not lately, but I have noticed that people are a lot freer with expressing themselves. Um, back in the day, people used to be a little more reserved. Certain things they wouldn't allow to happen or wouldn't do, or it's certain things they just you just don't do and don't say. And it's not that case anymore. Um, I have grown to be more in touch with being a female. Um, I love being cute in my own way. Somebody else might not like it, but you know, it's just what I feel about myself. Um, I understand that we are all different shapes, different colors, different sizes, and we all want to be um, women, want to be appealing. You know what I mean? Whether it's to the opposite sex, same sex, or to yourself. It's certain things you look at yourself and be like, I wish that was a little tighter, or I wish this was a little lifted up. But um, in the midst of all that, you gotta get to the point where you love the skin that you in. Enhance the good things about yourself. Accentuate the positive. Put it that way. You know, um, a lot of people have different opinions about butt lifters, and they have different opinions about getting butt injections and breast implants and all of this kind of stuff. Um, I can't say that I wouldn't do some of those things, but I don't like surgery. I don't like pain. I don't want to do none of that. I don't like sweat. But I do have a butt lifter. I do the little painted thing with the booty cheeks out. I got one. Um, I used to wear it, when I'm home. I don't wear it out in public, but you know, I don't know. I just quit wearing it. I tell you the truth, I don't even know where it's at. It's in the house somewhere, tucked in a drawer somewhere. But whatever makes you feel happy, I've been, when I read, I'm learning to read my Bible, and look who's pulling up. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. Reading my Bible and learning what God is saying. And I was watching a movie the other night, Judah Ben Hur. That thing had me crying, y'all. Oh my gosh. And I think about the more we intentionally sin, the more we crucify him all over again. Hey, baby. I said, as soon as I come out here and sit down, you was going to come down the street. I was saying that to myself. I was. I said, now, I was just sitting here looking down that way, and I said, now watch.
But I was just aside, I said the same thing. I said, well, I would look Sean to sit outside feeling the breeze. Hey, baby, what was it?
I just came out here. I hadn't been out here but now 5 minutes.
Really?
Recording, talking to the cameras.
Okay. Good to see you.
Yeah,
What you
while I
got
was
to
looking ugly this morning, because I was all out of sorts.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it in my video, I talked to some real cuckabugs this morning. I mean, seriously.
So,
And
you ain't sweat
I
that.
could not understand it to save their life. For
Mm-hmm.
real. I mean, like, you reading the
Shut the
screen
door.
of
Mm-hmm.
all the things I'm telling you, what I set up. But you telling me that it's not so. How you do that? I mean, seriously, how do you do that? And then they had the audacity to tell me it's my fault. How is my fault? If we have a binding agreement and you don't keep your end of the agreement, then how is it my fault?
That's what I'm afraid of.
Yeah,
Well, I
I
talk to
know.
you. Yeah.
But I told him, I said, oh well, we'll
Mm-hmm.
figure it out. But I know we went on. I said, go ahead and make the payment, get it out of the way, cause y'all crazy. I said, I don't know what y'all but smoke. I told him, I said, you know what? The last 3 people I talked to, they need to have y'all evaluate, cause y'all don't know y'all behind from a hole in the ground. You don't. I mean, seriously, you're
I
not
didn't want to
making
add
sense. And
to
they
it. I
was
was
fun.
listening to you.
Oh my word.
Don't put it. We'll talk about it later.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad to be over that. That thing got to me. You ain't gonna say hey to everybody?
What's up, everybody?
But yeah. Sleep. So watching that story, um, and it's like the more you watch it, the more you realize that he knew what he had to do, y'all. And he did it, and it's like that's the ultimate sacrifice. He did it for us. He did it for us. And the more we continue to sin on purpose, we crucify him all over again. And to see them nail him to that cross, and they beat him, and they did all kinds of things. For what? I mean, but he knew that it was going to happen. Just like right now, God already knows everything about my life. Jesus didn't know exactly how he was going to leave, but he knew he had to. He knew that time was coming. And we all have a path to our next level. And I don't know about nobody else, but that day when I closed my eyes and my body began to get cold, that my spirit goes to heaven. And that when I meet I am, that he say, job well done. That he is truly pleased with me. I want my star on the walk of fame. I do. I really do. Can you imagine living in those times and know that your Savior is walking the earth? And I think about the ladies that had the boils, the lepers. Judah's mother and sister, he was taking them to go see Jesus. And as he was walking, I mean, of course it was the movie, but just to know that even if you just touch the hem of his garment, just to touch him, just to reach out, and then when he tried to give him some water and he looked up, Jesus looked up and looked him in his face, he knew he had seen him before and where he had seen him at. And just that ultimate sacrifice that he had to help Jesus save his whole family. His mother, the boys, he just washed them clean. And just to know Jesus, just to believe in him right now, to believe in him and to love him for who he is and what he has done, to me, just washes me. Just washes me. And I'm getting choked up just thinking about it. He already knows that we are a hot mess. He knows that we're going to make mistakes. He didn't say you had to get yourself right before you can come to me. He said, come to me with all your mess, all your confusions, your broken places, everything about you. He wants. He wants every piece of you. He is the potter. And just like we got our feelings hurt on this, we've had our feelings hurt, our heart's been broken, we lost friends, we lost jobs, um, we get lonely, we have depression, our children acting a fool. We get all these little thorns, little places begin to crack. Every time you get hurt, you have something in you just feels like it's just a piece of you just being snatched out. But he is the one that comes, he has that soothing salve that comes and he just feels it. He just feels it. He just soothes it. He just recreates you. He makes you brand new. We have the opportunity. He didn't say that we wouldn't have feelings, but we have the opportunity to turn away from those feelings. And it's not easy. We can't do it by ourselves. So we have days when all of the bills are coming in. You start a new job. You're a single parent. You're doing it all by yourself. Even sometimes when you're in a marriage or a relationship, you still feel like you're doing it all by yourself. We get overwhelmed. And all of these things are coming at us. And it's like we don't have a free space in our heads to just think clearly. It's like even though you want to hear from God, everything is coming at you that you can't hear. You don't even know what's you and what's not. And it starts to weigh on you. And it's like you want to have a happy place, but you just can't find it. It makes you depressed. The things that you're constantly thinking about, we don't even realize it. But when you're constantly thinking about certain things, it stays there. It sticks like super glue. It stays there. It stays there. And sometimes you can be sitting and daydreaming and you're thinking about something. It's a negative. Something that might have happened. Somebody might have said something to you. You're dreading going to work because your supervisor's just a pain in the eyeball. These kind of things you take home with you, you hold on to, and they attach themselves to you. And you get clouded. Everything is running at the same time. And sometimes you can't sleep at night. So you start to take sleeping pills, this, and that, to help you sleep. A lot of times we don't understand that the things that we ingest in our body can also cause a problem. Now, I know too many stimulants can throw you off balance, can throw you off your chemical imbalance off. Too many stimulants, too much caffeine. Caffeine makes you feel good, but the more you ingest it, the more you get overloaded. And everybody's system's not the same. Some people can handle it. Some people like me can't. Even though I love caffeine, I love chocolate, I love coffee, I love sodas, I love sugar, but I get overloaded. I can't handle it. My body can't handle it. Now, when I was a kid, baby, I was the sugar queen. Do y'all hear me? And back then, my mom didn't give us coffee. My grandmother would give us a little bit, but she put a lot of cream in it and she put a little sugar. She knew how to do it, but just to sit and sip on that coffee, y'all, it was so good. Ooh. And I look at y'all now with that coffee and I'll be like, And some people, it's a lot of stimulants, things that, and see, our genetic makeup, our brain, our cells, all of these things is different than other people. So sometimes we get overloaded by some things and we just don't understand what it's doing to our bodies. So it throws us off. Our system, our mental capacity, our emotional capacity, all of these things get thrown off and we find ourselves in a secret place. When I say a secret place, it's a secret place because other people don't know about it. They don't. They don't know about it. Well, you may be in that dark secret place, but other people go on. It's like you watching everybody go on by, and they don't have that. They don't have that secret place. Like they can't see you. Like it is a mystery. Like it is a secret. you know? And a lot of times people can't understand where you're coming from when you're feeling like that, when you're feeling depressed, when you're feeling confused, when you're feeling lonely, even though you might have friends and family, but if they don't know about your secret place, they can't come and find you in your secret place to grab your hand and to help you to come out that secret place. They don't know. They can't identify with what you're feeling unless they have been in that secret place themselves, you know? And so all of us, it's a lot of women that are dealing with depression, anxiety, panic attacks, all of that stuff. Anxiety and panic attacks is pretty much the same thing. It's just with panic attacks, your flight or fight just kicks in. You know, makes you feel like you just got to get out. You know, your heart race, your blood is pumping a mile a minute. All of it is dealing with your emotions, your chemical imbalance. And there was a time in life that the things that we look at, the things that we experience on a daily basis would not affect us the way they do now. The time now is totally different than it was 30, 40 years ago. So I can turn on the television in 11 o'clock in the morning, they have commercials about demonic movies. You know, you didn't see that stuff on television. I know when I was like, 12 and 13 years old, they would advertise a movie, but that you can go and literally watch stuff like that on TV. They didn't play stuff like that till after dark. Okay. But now it's just there. And people don't realize that the things that you open yourself up to affect you. You think about, you get a song, or put it this way, when you're watching like Love and Hip Hop, you know, the reality shows, when you're watching them and craziness is going on and you get all wrapped up into it, that stuff sticks with you. It do. Cause you gotta find yourself talking about it. You gotta go, you know, and you be like, man, you really be talking to the TV like they gonna hear you. You just think about when you get into an argument with somebody, how jacked up you get when somebody is coming against you. But you look and they like, whatever, they going about their business. But you're so jacked up, you can't even sleep. You can't settle down. You can't think straight. You ready to go off. You just like, hey, I can't, let me catch you, you know, cause they're not getting it, but they don't care to get it. You know what I mean? But you just allow them to transfer that negative energy from them to you. So I have learned to limit some of the things that I watch. Um, you know, things that I ingest as far as caffeine and all of that kind of stuff, because it can really put you in a dark place. And some people like me, when I used to take medicine for my anxiety, it used to make me feel worse. And I got to the point where I went to see a counselor at one point, and she went to sleep during our counseling session. And I politely got up. I didn't say nothing to her, and I walked out. And I didn't go to see another one after that. Corey is doing push-ups in the grass. But sometimes we can get so deep that we need help. Not only do we need prayer. We need to be able to talk to God, tell him all go. He say, come to me. All of you that are heavy, that you bring me all your burdens, your concerns. Yeah, when you're weary and heavy laden, all the stuff that's on you, whatever the case, you bring it to me. And and then you know, sometimes medicine is needed. You just never know. But all of you out there that have experienced panic attacks, anxiety, depression, loneliness, just know you're not by yourself. You're not by yourself. They have created a a community nor the beauty community, and I think it's something positive. Um, but I feel like we need a community for women that's fighting these issues. Women that are fighting these issues. A lot of people are not on Facebook. Um, I'm not an expert in that area because I go through my own struggles. But it's we need a forum or a community where we can come. It needs to be private because you don't need the outside people. You just crazy. You know how people come say some dumb stuff to you. You need people there that you can lay down your feelings with no judgment. Because we all got to understand we wrong as two left shoes. But something that you may have gone through, how it worked out for you, you could be able to come and share it. And maybe all of us can get something from that. We need to be able to come and share our stories. I want it to be where you come and say, look, I'm so depressed. I'm lonely. I need a man in my life. But all the people that I'm running to, it's not working. I want a husband. I want a family. I want a job. I need a job to support my family. I'm just lonely. I don't like being overweight. I don't like, my children are just out of control. Help me. And I get so depressed that I don't know how to come out of it. We need a forum, an area, a community just for that. Where you come 24/7. If somebody is online and they have a phone number, you wanna talk, you can video chat through the inbox. And I'm thinking about creating that. And I want to put it on Facebook. And I know a lot of people may not want to deal with Facebook, but I ask you to come. You can create an anonymous page. Don't nobody have to know it's you. You put your own name, any kind of name you want up there, but you would have to let me know who you are through inbox.
Good. How are you?
I want to do it, and I will let you know when I get it up and what the name of it. Most likely, the name will be "I Am My Sister's Keeper." That's what I think it'll be. So I'm gonna work on that the weekend and put it down below if you are interested. I mean, I am just so passionate about that because there's so many things. Like me, I get, I'm used to working. But I've always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And now that I am, my thing is finding my purpose. What is God going to use me to do while I'm here? And um, I know, and it's not just to be saying it, but I know that I need God's word. I know I do. Excuse me, without a doubt. And I was talking to my girl the other day, and I was like, the more I read His word, the more He just shows you that no matter how many thousands of years ago this Bible was written, it was meant for us today. Because you can go through situations in that Bible, you can pick it up and you can read it. There's plenty of scriptures about depression and anxiety, about who God say you are, about love, about marriage, about how you're supposed to love people no matter what. Even though they being mean, God says love them anyway. Anyway, it don't seem like it's right to say that because it's like you feel like people getting over on you, but it don't matter what you feel. It don't matter what you think. It's about what God's word says. His word supersedes anything that we can think of or any kind of scenario. I was talking to my husband the other night and we were talking about infidelity in marriage. And I told him, I said, you know what? I was reading about, this scenario in the Bible where this king slept with this man's wife and she became pregnant and he tried to cover it up. And no matter what he tried to do, he was not pleased with it. So he wound up taking the child's life. But even though this man, and he had the man killed. And so even though this man had been killed, God still called the woman the other man's wife. You know what I mean? I don't care how you and he was like, no, I don't think that's so. I said, yeah. I said the only way that even if we did something or one of us stepped out on each other and I would still be considered your wife because that's what marriage is, till death do us part. And it also talks about the fact that, you know, when you cheat, infidelity, it's not just a sexual encounter. It's if you look at somebody in a lustful way. You got your shades? Oh, yeah. Go show daddy your shades. Come here. He made that in school. Ooh, the mosquitoes coming out. Daddy calling you. Go. Go. They hard headed. But you know, just learning these things. If you want to get into, you want a godly relationship, you want the relationship that God has for you, you start with the Bible first. Start reading about marriage. How you doing? I'm good. Start reading about marriage. Start reading about love and what God says about all of these things first before you enter into a relationship. Because no matter how it goes, you cannot turn um, a man into the man you want him to be. You can't do that. You can't change him. You have to ask God to come and help you to be the woman that He designed for you to be. Anything else He deals with. That is not our job. So how we do it, we enter into relationships where we have these perceptions of what we want our relationships to be. But we choose people that may not be meant for us. So now this person is not for you, but now you're trying to make him into the person you want, the husband, the friend that you want him to be. And it's not going to work. You're going to constantly have problems, and you're going to have problems in marriage, even if it's your partner. But it won't be like pushing a dead horse. So start with the Word of God. Read it, study it. There are a lot of Bible tools. Now, I can tell you, in my life, in my relationship, I didn't do that. I was 15 when I started dating my husband. He was my boyfriend then. I was 15. And you don't know. But going through life, I had no expectations with him when we first started dating. I didn't even think we were going to be together. I didn't know. Shoot, I was just glad. We were just smiling because he said some things. He smiled at me. He treated me like I was somebody. And hey, I was 15 years old, green as grass, okay? But as time went on, we became friends and we had our ups and downs like anybody else. But even like now that we're older, we can sit, we can talk to each other. We still have our arguments, yes. Because change happens. The things that you used to like may not be what you like now. Things that you used to like 10 years ago may not be what you like now. So you deal with those things. But you got to learn how to talk your way through it and not just go at each other with it. Because it's not going to work if you do that. It's not. So anything, all of these things be attached to us as women and we become depressed. And then we find other avenues to feed our depression. Meaning we want to feel better and we choose different things to make us feel better. But we never really feel better because it's like an adrenaline rush for just a few minutes. But then we're back where we started. So sometimes we eat. That's me. Sometimes we shop. Sometimes I know a few people that they cut their hair when they get stressed. You know, you just never know what the case may be. So I'm looking forward to this opportunity and I hope you guys, come over and join me. I'm going to work on it this weekend. If I don't get it done this weekend, it'll be during the week when I do have time for myself because we got a lot to do this weekend. But please don't forget, put it down below if you are interested. I Am My Sister's Keeper is the title. It's going to be the name of the group. And it's not just really going to be about depression and anxiety. It's going to be where you can come and open yourself up. It's just like we're all sisters. How you have relationships with your sisters. And it's not even just about, cause you know, you do got some people that's messy. They want to come and sign up just to see what's going on so they can go run and tell that. So let me think on this a little bit more because You have to choose wisely the people that you get involved with. But still let me know if you're interested. Even if it's just one on one with me and you, it's fine with me. You know what I mean? So, or if it's two of you out there that y'all can chit chat to each other, be that support system for somebody because it's much needed. It really is. So I don't know if I'm gonna come back and talk to you guys anymore. It's getting dark out here, and I got about 6 bites on me. They've been biting the back of my neck and my face and stuff. The mosquitoes is out, y'all. And I'll be back if it's God's will, if I have time, y'all. Bye, sis.